Guys of a Certain Age is brought to you by no one. Absolutely no one. Except these dudes walking down memory lane. Now let's head to the studio to see what they misremember next.
It's 2/3 of the guys in the entirety of the studio. Robbie Koblenz, Guys of a Certain Age, alongside
Art Shirley.
And we don't know. Where'd Jay go?
He's gone to North Carolina.
Did we give him permission?
Yeah, we did.
Did we?
Yeah.
I'm going to need to see a doctor's excuse.
He's got a notarized...
or a pharmacist's excuse.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Let me just tell you what, Jay's not here. Don't get him anywhere near Buc-ees.
What happened with that?
You know, that's like a 30-minute time vortex intake. So it's funny. So we stop in. So, you know, Jay and I go to Nashville a couple weeks ago for a really cool listening party for an artist we've both been fans of for a while, and actually got to hang out with the artist and other folks in the Christian music industry. And Jay was like, it's kind of a bucket list thing. So I'm glad I was able to give Jay a little bit of joy in his life.
Yeah.
But we're going 65 to Nashville, and we stop in Madison, Alabama, Athens, Alabama, where there's a Buc-ees. And so we stop, get gas, get a little bit of food, because we're a little late. So we're just going to eat basically a light lunch there, and then truck on up to Nashville. Well, Jay does his Christmas shopping at Buc-ees.
Oh my gosh! Right then.
Yeah. Which it was fine. It was fine. I was just giving him grief about it. So he picked up a few things, and Buc-ees is just like, man,
I don't know. I've never been to Buc-ees.
So Buc-ees, Walmart at about 4:50 a.m. the day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday.
Yeah.
That's Buc-ees all the time.
Wow. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, you have 100 pumps out front. It's like if a Bass Pro Shop and a Cracker Barrel had a kid.
Okay.
And they added gasoline to the front. And
to the fire.
Yeah, to the fire. So it pretty good brisket.
I've heard the brisket's really good. Yeah,
they've got a smoked turkey sandwich I like a lot.
Yeah,
they've got the most amazing soda drink machine for days. You've got a coffee bar, and then you've got kind of home goods as well. So it's got that Cracker Barrel feel up there. So anyway, so Jay goes in, picks up a couple of things, and they have all these unique Buc-ee exclusive type of food items. So we get it, we go, we're fine. So we're coming back the next day, and it's like, okay, let's just pop at Buc-ees because we're going to avoid I-65 to cut through northern Alabama. And all I needed was to get gas, grab a bottle of water, and go. And I thought Jay saw me. I thought we made eye contact in there. I'm sitting in the car for like 20 minutes waiting for Jay. He's like, well, I was looking for you. It's like, I finally texted him and said, hey, I'm out here ready whenever you are. He comes out with another bag. He's like,
with another bag of stuff. So he's looking for you as he was shopping.
That's right.
Okay,
that's right. I was a convenient excuse. So
I keep wanting to go. It's like every time we we haven't been up to Nashville nearly as often as we used to. But I keep saying I'll go next time we go to Nashville, and we end up going a different route or something, or we're pressed for time and just can't stop. But Becky's been a couple of times, and we've got some friends that have bought Christmas plates there, and so I need to go just to experience it.
You really
sometime.
do. You really do. The one that's east of Birmingham on 2059, their Leeds is pretty good. They're all identical. There's one going in on the Gulf Coast.
Yeah.
Buc-ees are. And what's funny is the first time I saw a Buc-ees, we went to Texas for something.
Yeah, that's where it originated. Right?
Yeah, and it was just like a Be Quick, if you remember Be Quicks. It wasn't this gigantic mothership of redneck goodness, plus brisket. So anyway,
I had to check that out.
Yeah, you need to do that. So, but anyway, Jay and I had fun. So I'm guessing he stopped at Buc-ees on the way to North Carolina.
Probably so. That's probably where he texted us from.
Yeah, probably so. Yeah. Who knows? We may be getting our Christmas presents at Buc-ees.
It may be.
That could be.
So it's not brisket. It won't be good by that time.
It will not. All right, let's do some Geeks of the Week. Have you found you one, or do I need to jump in?
No, I have one. It's a sad news, obituary news. Ron Ely, who was my favorite Tarzan, he played Tarzan on the NBC television series that ran 66 to 68, and my first experience with the live action Tarzan. So by the time I saw things with Johnny Weissmuller or some of the other ones, I was like, already spoiled because Ron Ely's Tarzan actually, spoke correctly and didn't have the me Tarzan, you Jane kind of dialogue stuff, which was more in line with the books. Of course, I hadn't read the books by that time, but really, really enjoyed his performance as Tarzan. I've looked; there are no DVDs or Blu-rays or iTunes collections of the series. I hope maybe at some point they'll put them out. He went on later to play Doc Savage in a one-off movie. I think they hoped it was going to be something a little more. That very, very campy movie. Very campy version of the movie, but it was kind of fun to see that. But he passed away in September. I think it was actually September 29th, but the news of it just came out yesterday. So I think his family waited. He also was in the news not too long ago. I think I've got this right. His wife's son, I don't think it was his son, but ended up shooting his wife at the time, and so it was kind of a very bizarre thing that happened. Actually, no, I'm sorry, stabbed to death. His wife was found stabbed to death. I may be getting more stories confused. Another thing too, he was also the host of Miss America for a couple of years. So,
okay.
Yeah, so he did that. And I know he guest starred in some of the later iterations of the Tarzan series, but I always liked him a lot. Seemed like a good guy. I know, that, like I said, I'm sure other people have different Tarzans that are their favorite, but Ron Ely was certainly mine.
So the trailer for the 1975 Doc Savage movie is actually on YouTube.
Yeah, I have that movie. I own that
movie.
Do you? Yeah,
I love Doc Savage for some reason.
Have no fear. The Man of Bronze is here.
The Man of Bronze.
Mm-hmm. Music by John Philip Sousa. They took all of John Philip Sousa's patriotic things, and that was kind of the soundtrack for the album. The character Doc Savage himself is kind of like, there's a lot of stuff that was inspirational for Superman too.
Yeah,
both heroes named Clark, and So.
And he was, Doc Savage. He was kind of like a combination of Bruce Wayne and Tony Stark.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good way to put it. Because millionaire. He also had a team with him that was the kind of interesting characters that augmented what he did.
Yeah.
So. I have to go watch that again.
Yeah.
And Ely's honor, since I can't find the Tarzan show.
I mean, I've got a couple of the original pulp novels.
Oh yeah, do you see? I've looked for those. You can't find those anymore. I remember they were really big for a while. You could find them just all over the bookstores, and I never got them. I think I've read maybe a couple of those, but. Anyway, I haven't read them in a while.
He had the exaggerated widow's peak,
Yes, yeah. It came like down to between his nose.
Yeah,
almost.
It was great. Doc Savage, the Man of Bronze. So, all right, well, cool. Well, sorry to hear about your idol passing away.
Yeah.
So, mine is, I've got a couple of geeks. So, Disneyland raised their prices a little bit ago. Disney World is following suit. So.
I saw that about Disney World, but now Disney is as well?
Disneyland had, now Disney World is. So let's see if I can find, where was the price on the park hopper? Oh, it was like crazy. I can't find it. It's somewhere in this article. So the Incredipass, which gets you in anywhere, and it's an annual pass, is $1,500.
Good grief.
Now that lets you get in, all through the year. It's an annual pass, but it's just, that's just nuts. $200 for a single day, single park ticket.
Dog, that's just, I guess I'm not sure what it was before, but I can't remember what it was.
I remember when they were sub 100.
Yeah. That's what they were last time we went, when our kids were little, but,
they may be the happiest place on earth, but you don't want to look at your bank account while you're there.
Yeah, you're not as happy when you come back.
No, there's not. So, but I saw that, which I thought Jay would probably appreciate that. That would probably be a Jay-esque geek. And another thing I came across, we'll have to put in the show notes. It was a 10-minute short film about Judy Lynn Delray.
What is that? Who is that?
Delray Books.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Lynn. Yeah.
Lynn was her husband.
Yep.
But Judy, Lester was her husband.
Lester Delray. Okay.
Lester Delray, who was an author and an editor as well. But Judy Lynn was the driving force behind the popularity and explosion of fantasy and science fiction.
Oh, yeah.
In the 70s.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's a 10-minute video called Judy Lynn Delray, The Galaxy Gal. And it's a episode of a documentary series on PBS called Renegades. And I'll put the link in the show notes. And it's just absolutely fascinating because she worked for Ballantine Books and had this uncanny sense of what would be popular. So she got her start at Galaxy magazine, which I've got some collections of Galaxy. And she rose rapidly through the editorial ranks. And, one of her first popular gets was this novel by this cat named George Lucas.
Gosh, dog.
And so she got the novelization of Star Wars and changed the course of science fiction history.
Yeah, no kidding.
So,
anyway, it seems like I'm sure I go through my paperback collection, 95% of them.
Well, the thing about Delray Books, you knew it was going to be a good book.
Yeah, oh yeah.
If it had that imprint.
Yeah.
Sort of Shannara, the Dragon Riders of Perm.
Oh yeah.
All the Star Wars stuff. I mean, and so it was fascinating to watch that documentary.
And where is it playing?
Well, it was on a PBS series called Renegades, but the 10-minute piece about her is available on YouTube. I'll send you the link.
Yeah, I'll have to look at that.
But she republished The Princess Bride.
Yeah,
got it out there. I did not realize that the first science fiction New York Times #1 bestseller was The White Dragon by Anne McCaffrey.
Wow.
That was her. The Sword of Shannara. The Chronicles of Thomas Covenant, the Unbeliever by Stephen R. Donaldson, which is one of my favorite series of all time. She pushed out. There's an interview with Stephen R. Donaldson saying basically this lady changed my life.
Yeah, made his career.
Yeah.
And because what we're talking about, going to see the Doc Savage books, that's the books you're mentioning now are the books we were going to get. At your
that's right.
Different bookstores in the mall and all that kind of thing.
Well, she's a little person. She suffered from dwarfism.
Okay.
But she was a giant in this field.
Yeah.
I mean, and science fiction and fantasy would not be what it is without Judy Lynn Delray.
That's awesome.
So
that's great.
Anyway, I'll put that in the show notes. That was really fun to watch and to kind of harken back to all those books I would go look for in the 70s and 80s. And again, I mean, you had Tor. T-O-R. Ballantine had their sci-fi imprint.
Yeah, and I have a lot of Ballantine as well.
But she was the editor that got
those books
Ballantine. So it's just kind of fascinating.
I have to check that out.
Anyway, it said in 1975 she hired her husband to develop a fantasy line, and then they launched Delray Books 2 years later. So
that's great.
Anyway, it's a lot of fun. But anyway, that was something I was going to bring up. We'll put that in the show notes.
Okay.
Pretty influential. So
cool.
We don't have a regrettable hero.
No, I do want to say one more thing about Ron Ely. I was looking.
Absolutely.
Our friend Scott Tracy Griffin has been a guest with us a couple of times. Our visiting Edgar Rice Burroughs expert.
Yes.
Had this to say about Ron Ely's passing. He visited with Ron a dozen times over the years at various conventions and in his home. And then Ron actually wrote the foreword to his first book, which I have, Tarzan, the Centennial Celebration.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's very cool. Had a lot of amazing stories of exploits on film and television set. This guy was always breaking stuff. I mean, broke like his shoulder and ribs and all this kind of stuff and just got up and kept going on.
So he could have been Daredevil.
Yeah, he could have been, absolutely. Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to mention Tracy's kind of mentioning of him there, too, because apparently he thought a lot of the guy as well.
Yeah. We should have Tracy on to talk about it.
Yeah, we need to do that sometime.
We should just get Tracy on a couple times.
Yeah, we should. We'll have to wait till he comes into town.
Yeah, we need to get George back on, too.
Yeah, okay. So I can do that. I can make that happen.
Can you make that happen?
I can make that happen.
So, all right, we're going to take a break. We're going to talk The Sphere. Up next. The Sphere. It's kind of like The Claw. Up next. We're back, and almost exactly a year ago, my lovely wife and I went to Las Vegas to go see U2 open the Sphere.
Yeah.
It's not the Sphere, it's Sphere.
Is it really?
It does not have a "the" in front of it.
Okay.
So, for you guys playing along at home, this is a multi-billion-dollar venue.
Yeah.
About a block and a half off the Strip that has an LED screen on the outside that is constantly changing and has an immersive theater experience inside. Mm-hmm. We saw U2 do Achtung Baby there, and it was unbelievable. Just incredible.
Yeah.
So
I didn't realize it had been a year ago already.
Yeah. U2 opened it, and they ran
so they were the first act there, and they had a residency there for how long?
5 months.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, until after Christmas.
Okay.
And just an unbelievable experience. The Sphere looks incredible at night from the outside because they're running all kinds of stuff on it, and it dominates the Vegas skyline.
Yeah, I wondered about that. Is it something that has kind of in dominating, and has it? You can't really take away from the Vegas skyline because you're talking about something that's already so artificial. But do you find it distracting? Did you find it distracting?
No, I didn't.
It's really kind of added to what was already there.
And you're going to see it when you fly in.
Yeah. Look, I've seen pictures of people flying in, and it's just incredible that it's there. I mean, what I seem to see a lot is, I guess, a smiley face, the sunrise. You'll see the sun. Yeah. As the sun's coming up, it kind of wakes up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But the inside is also LED screen, right?
That's correct.
So you were seeing the band.
So when we go in, you've got kind of a lobby with some futuristic stuff. Then you go into the space itself.
Okay.
And it's like super stadium seating up one side.
Okay.
And it goes up probably about 2/3 of the base.
Okay.
And so every view, well, not every view is unobstructed. There are some obstructed views in the second and in the floor and the first floor. So there's first floor, there's second floor. Towards the end, there's some overhang.
Okay.
But other than those, completely unobstructed. It's like an IMAX on steroids.
Yeah.
You are surrounded by this screen, and it goes way over your head.
Yeah.
So the band, U2 was down in the middle. Mm-hmm. And so the screen was a combination of IMAG, image magnification of the band, and pre-built animations and footage that augmented what song was being played. They did a song called Atomic City, which is kind of homage to Vegas. And the screen, the background for Atomic City, it looks like you're looking into the Vegas nightlife.
Wow.
You felt like you were on the Strip. And it was, it was coming in and melting away and dropping, and it was pretty fascinating.
Yeah.
And it just looked great. They would put the band in, like at one point they had like 4 helicopters up on top of the screen with spotlights popping down. And then the band were in the volume of the cone of light of the helicopters.
Wow. And were the helicopters just images?
Yeah. They were just animated.
Yeah.
Everything was animated. So
that is very cool.
Just unbelievable. Yeah. And the sound was even better.
That's what I was going to ask you, how the sound was there.
So they had, I don't know how many thousands of speakers in that array, but U2 never sounded better. And each seat sounds great.
Yeah. Okay.
And we were kind of,
and that's part of Sphere. That's not anything U2 brought into it.
That's right.
That's their existing structure or their infrastructure.
That's right. That's right. And so it takes a particular type of band to be able to play that venue.
Yeah.
It's got to be a larger than life band. So was it Fish who's there?
I think that may be who they had a little residency in there as
well. Right? And then the Eagles are there.
Yeah. And it's just Eagles. When you said Sphere, it's like, I guess I've been saying we're going to see the Eagles in the Sphere, but it's because they dropped the article too. It's Eagles in Sphere, which sounds like I sound like Johnny Weissmuller's Tarzan. Eagles in Sphere.
Yeah.
But
Adrian.
Yeah. But they're there now, and we're going to see them in March. So I guess it's probably a similar length residency that you two had.
Yeah, I saw they added some more.
Maybe they've added some more dates,
some more shows.
Yeah, because those tickets just went on sale, and Becky, we wanted to see the Eagles. I'll just do it that way because that's what I'm comfortable with. But we've wanted to see them forever, and unfortunately, we didn't get to see them before Glenn Fry passed away. But we do want to see them. We said okay, and then Becky's never been to Vegas, so yeah, so she'll love it. She's looking forward to that, and we both thought, after hearing your stories about it, and then she has some coworkers that have been. Just over the past, and one that's actually going back to see the Eagles again. And so, they sent pictures, and it's one of those things where you're sitting there, and because the LED is showing you the outside terrain or the outside land skyline, you feel like you're just sitting in this empty space. I mean, there's not empty space, but you feel like you're sitting there with nothing between you and the land. I mean, of course, it's all LEDs. It's image generated. But, so it looks really fascinating. Now, where did y'all stay when y'all went, if you don't mind?
We stayed because we were in Vegas like twice in 3 weeks.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, because we went out for F1.
Yeah.
So we stayed at Resorts World.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Which is a new resort hotel complex that's kind of northwest of the Sphere. It's still a mile. Because remember in Vegas, everything's much
I know.
further
That's what I was telling Becky. I said, you're going to look at stuff and you're going to think, oh, I can walk there.
Yeah.
And then you're walking, and an hour later, you feel like you haven't gone anywhere because it's that far away. It's just the scale is so strange.
It is.
On the Strip.
It is. That forced perspective.
So that's what I was wondering, though. Would there be a better part of the Strip to stay than others? I guess you're going to Uber to is that what y'all did? Uber to
we actually walked because it was crazy to get in and out of. I'm going to tell you where you should stay. We're going to pull up Las Vegas. Since I have such extensive experience in Sin City.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you've been...
Oh, I've probably been 20 times.
Yeah, I've been several times, but nowhere near that many times.
So I would probably look at... staying... I mean, if you could afford the Wynn... But,
oh, really? I don't think we could afford to win.
Is
there one called the Loss? That's the one we're looking for.
The Loss, yeah. No, that's every casino.
Yeah.
I would not. Harrah's. You could see everything over there is kind of. It hasn't been redone recently.
Yeah.
You could stay at the Venetian.
I thought about the Venetian. I think
that would kind of get you close,
and especially since she's never been, I thought that would probably be a good place to stay.
Yeah, I would probably do the Venetian.
Okay,
that's going to get you.
The Bellagio, of course, has the fountains out there that you see from Ocean's 11, but you can generally walk, and go see the fountains. You can go see that stuff.
Yeah, you could also stay at Caesar's Palace.
I say I've stayed at Caesar's Palace the most. That's where when I went with my brother-in-law. That's where we would stay.
Well, you could stay at Bellagio, and it's not that far away to walk to Sphere. I mean, it's, one of the things you could do is walk to it, then walk a little bit out and grab you an Uber.
Okay, yeah, so not rather than just Uber the whole way.
Yeah, that's kind of the way I work Vegas.
Because we've gotten the tickets, or Becky got the tickets yesterday. She took advantage of my being very busy with the conference and said, hey, you want to go see Eagles? I said, yeah, okay. And she goes, well, that was easy. And I said, well, I've kind of distracted. And then I got back and said, did you actually get us tickets? And, yeah. But like I said
so.
It's something that we have talked about doing for a while. And both of these things, going to Las Vegas, and she's never been, and seeing the Eagles, and actually 3 things, and seeing something in Sphere because she saw that, and she was thinking what would be good to see there, and I think that'll be a good act to see.
I think you should stay at Bellagio. Okay. I'm just sitting here saying, it's not too far to walk.
And thank you, listeners, for indulging in our...
Yeah. Paris is okay. Paris is a little worn. I would stay at Bellagio. That way you get the whole kit and caboodle. Yeah. It's central to everything. And then...
and I don't know how many nights we're going to end up staying. I imagine we'll stay probably maybe 2 or 3 nights for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know that we stay much more than over 3. That's kind of enough to Vegas to me.
4 days, 3 nights. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what we'll do. Fly in, spend the night, maybe go and figure out what night was Sphere night. I wouldn't make that the first night, obviously.
Yeah, no. I'd get there and get kind of
maybe make it the third night.
Yeah,
and then
or even the second night. Yeah, that's what I would do. You can fly. Spirit's got a direct flight from Memphis to Vegas.
Yeah, Becky saw that, and that's what we're planning on doing.
But Spirit may be bankrupt before it's all said and done. Right. So, but there's a couple of direct flights from Memphis, and that, I would recommend doing that. It's 2.5 hours from Memphis. It's not.
Oh yeah, bad. That's what we normally do. And, we've flown out of, and again. Listeners, thank you for indulging us in this.
All 3 of you.
That's right.
Maybe 4.
So we talked a lot about travel, Buc-ees, and now this.
Yeah. So you need to make sure you take her down to Fremont and do Old Vegas,
which I've never done. So I'd like to do that.
I've only done it once, but it's kind of cool. You need to go to the Pepper Mill, which is across the road from Resort World. It's kitschy Old Vegas. It is it's like an old diner, an old Vegas
that'd be
diner.
Fun. Yeah, we'll do that.
And it's open 24/7.
Now, Becky does like to gamble, but, I don't think we'll do a lot of that. We may do something, just to kind of stay
at Bellagio.
Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. I know she's going to want to see the stores and stuff that are downstairs, and I need to just make sure we keep walking.
Yeah.
Also, those are some high dollar places.
You need to take her to the Forum Shops at Caesars. That would be the place to hit.
Yeah.
It seems like every casino, every resort has a Tiffany's. So
okay.
Gosh. Yeah. Every one of them. So.
And I was thinking about retiring soon. I guess that's
unless
maybe I'll hit it big. Maybe I'll win all the money in Vegas. And
you won't.
Yeah, no,
you won't.
What else about Sphere though? I mean, so how many people does this thing hold?
20,000. Yeah, I believe it's 20,000. Maybe 18,000.
It's a little overrated. Yeah, it's not a very big Sphere.
It's more like a bubble.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a bubble.
20,000 people.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I believe that's the capacity.
And what's the stage like? I mean, is the stage kind of at the bottom of the thing?
Yeah. So I'm going to see if I can find some photos.
How far away were y'all from the actual stage? And did it even matter? Because
it did not matter at all.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find some photos. And yes, viewers, listeners, you're not viewers. I realize that. We were in the second tier, kind of to the left. And it was great. There's really not a bad. There's really not a bad place in them.
Now, what about acrophobia? Is there, if you have a fear of heights, Becky has a little bit of that. Is there going to be a little bit of that for her?
There might be. It was a little bit of a challenge walking down the steps to get where we were.
Oh, okay.
But it was fine.
Okay.
It was fine.
We'll have to start getting ready for that trip.
Yeah. So there is.
We're looking at pictures now.
There's. You see how U2 is there.
Yeah.
I mean,
oh my gosh, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
So we're seeing this mass of humanity stacked up.
Yeah. It's
and
great.
then there's the stage.
Yeah. See the stage down there,
which looks very small in comparison, but then you see the images of the band behind them projected on the screen.
And it sounds great.
Oh my gosh, yes. Yeah. Okay, so now I'm looking at one of these things.
This is the Atomic City cut.
Yeah, so you're seeing, and it looks like you're outside.
Yeah, and so that is actually that's the correct view if you're looking back towards the Strip.
Okay, so that's actually what you would see if there were nothing.
That's right.
So we're seeing on the projected on the Sphere,
like outside of the Sphere.
like you were sitting there and there was nothing there.
And it devolves. It goes back to dust. It's great.
Okay, so that's what it did as part of this show, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, highly recommend it if you get a chance to go. Which because you weren't very attentive, you are. But you're going to enjoy it quite a bit.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. Like I said, we've wanted to see the Eagles for a while, so we're excited about that.
Have you never seen the Eagles?
No, and Becky was trying to remember. She thought I had somehow, and I said no. They came to Tupelo, which
I saw them in
close
Tupelo.
to us. You did see them.
I saw them in Tupelo.
You've seen them. Okay.
Yeah, Bonnie saw them in New Orleans before we were dating.
Wow. Okay.
So
yeah, we just never have. For some reason, we did not make. It may have been children was the reason we didn't go to see them in Tupelo.
Those blasted
kids. Maybe they'll pay for this for us. Maybe they do this for us.
Oh yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Don't see that happening either.
I don't see that happening either. So, I think you're gonna have fun. I think you're gonna have
looking forward to it.
I think you're gonna have a blast.
I think, like I said, I think the whole thing will be, it will be like I said. Becky's first time in Vegas will be fun. Some of the things you've talked about, and we'll touch base again. Closer to time, and make sure that I know where to go and everything.
Make sure you have good walking shoes.
Yeah, that's like I said. I think we've not done this before. Whenever we traveled, and we've always regretted it. But I think that we really are going, and it's weird because you're thinking you're going somewhere, like the hiking part of it is really we're going to be in a city, but the walk and the hike is something that's going to be very much a part of the trip.
And you're in the desert, you're going in March, it's going to be cold.
Yeah, which I like, which is nice. I've been in February before, and you go outside and it's cold.
It is cold. So I've been in April, been in December.
Mm-hmm. I've been in the summer too, and it's brutal hot.
I've never been in the summer, so been in the late fall. So it'll be fun. Yeah. You guys will have a blast.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
I
don't know if we'll do anything like the Grand Canyon or Hoover Dam this trip.
No. Go catch a show.
Yeah,
go
we
see
may
a
go see
circus.
something. We'll go see obviously Sphere, but I'd like to try to see something else too, something that's a little bit more maybe kind of traditional.
Yeah,
Vegas.
Go eat.
No, I'm not talking about topless dancers.
Yeah,
but
are you guys? Do you guys like Thai?
Yeah.
So you need to go to Lotus of Siam. We'll talk about this later.
Okay.
It is regarded as one of the best, if not the best, Thai restaurant in America.
Okay, good.
So it's all strip. It's great. So Lotus of Siam is fabulous.
I didn't realize you liked Thai.
I like it. I have to be in a particular mood.
Okay,
but
gotcha.
Yeah, it's great. And we always do Lowry's, the prime rib, which is great. There's a place in the Cosmopolitan called Secret Pizza that I like a lot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you have to know where you're going. There's no signage.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah, but we can go over there.
Secret Pizza. Okay.
Yeah, we could. Yeah. So what we should do is you, Jay, and I should go out and just scout out for you and Becky.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
If we only had sponsors.
Guys trip. Well, apparently we got Lowry's and Secret Pizza now, right?
Yeah. Well, right. I don't. Jay's never been to Vegas. I don't think.
I don't think he has yet.
Wow, can you imagine going to Vegas with Jay?
Oh my gosh,
we'd never get him away.
No,
it'd be crazy. So, hope he's not listening.
Hey, he doesn't listen.
Well,
actually, he does listen.
Yeah. It's Mrs. Reed.
Yeah,
she's going to want to know what we did with her son in Vegas.
That's right. Yikes.
Oh,
what happened to Vegas?
Stays in Vegas sometimes, unless there's cameras involved.
That's right.
So, all right, guys, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time around.